I've always been alone, so I don't feel the lack. It's all I've ever known. I've never experienced loss because I've never had a loved one to lose. But what is grief, if not love persevering?
Let's start this off real quick and simple because I just woke up and I'm feeling kinda mid, honestly. But I just want to start this off by saying, I'm not an adult and I'm obviously not a love god and I can't, I don't give out the best advice a lot of the time. So I just, I'm gonna try to give advice to the people that want it, and obviously, if you don't, just hear me out. Maybe it might help you get a little more confident in yourself, or whatever. I'm gonna try it. I'll explain. I wanna begin to apologize to most of the girls and dudes that I've harmed on my way here because I haven't really been a nice person all my life, and I feel like I've really hurt some people, and I never really apologized to them formally, so I figured I'd do it now. Not that they're ever gonna watch this video, or maybe they do, but I just want to apologize to them because even though literally I don't talk to any of them anymore, they still deserve an apology from me, and yeah, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna say right here, you don't need a girlfriend. You literally, girlfriends and boyfriends in general, dating, it's one of the most overrated and yet underrated things ever. But I'm gonna start with the overrated way. Because, you could have a girlfriend and you don't even love her. It's one thing to actually love someone as much as you do, but it's another if they're actually loyal. You can love someone and they just give you fake love back. They just break up with you the next week, right? And if you're attached to them, then it's like you being a dog to an owner, right? You're just on their ass every single chance you get. And that's not really healthy or good. Like, if you're not actually dating them and you don't know that they like you back in any sort of way, just keep it to yourself. See how it'll go. Never rush into things. Rushing into things is one of my most made mistakes, and I regret it so much because even recently I've been still rushing, even though I tell myself I shouldn't, but I do, and it's something that you can't really control in the moment, but you gotta really think about it, and that's something I didn't do. So if anyone hearing this actually is taking my advice, you definitely just should not rush into things. It is horrible. It doesn't get you anywhere. So just take your time. Be Take it slow. You don't really ever want to go into something that you don't end up wanting later on. Like getting married. Even though I don't think anyone here is married and hates their wife. But even then, if you get married and then get a divorce like 3 months later because you end up losing feelings, that's not good. That's not healthy. That's not good at all. I feel like there's a difference. There's a big line actually between being alone and needing or wanting a relationship. You can, if you're alone and you feel like you really need someone there with you, like, I feel like you shouldn't want a girlfriend because of the fact that you feel sad by yourself. Because if she ends up leaving you, then you're gonna end up worse than how you started. Like, the relationship could be so well, but because it's so well, and the second that she or he or they don't respond to you, and something just happens, right? It's all over because you're gonna end up worse than how you began, and it's not healthy at all. if I had to give like tips, which I technically am, I'm doing that right now. My tips would actually be, focusing on yourself for one. Getting hobbies, because hobbies actually helps so much. It takes your mind off everything, and it just helps you do better for yourself. And then another tip, what would be another tip? I feel like another tip would really just be to focus on what's in front of you instead of going off. I'm gonna use a Marvel reference right here. There's something called a timeline, right? Um, and basically, if you branch off, that doesn't mean anything good. You wanna stay on the path that's clearly in front of you. You wanna stay on that golden road. And if you want to get off the path and maybe do something different and it works out well for you, that's great. I highly like, if you like the person and they like you back, yeah, go for it. I'm not here telling you you shouldn't. I'm just here telling you really think about what you're getting into. Because if you get into it and they don't end up liking you in like the next week, that's not I feel bad. Also, cheating's another thing. If you end up breaking up with someone, that's one thing, right? It's sad. It's not a good feeling. But cheating, oh man, that sucks. It's never happened to me, and I'm grateful for that. But the things I've heard from it, it sounds super painful, and I can't really give the best advice on that because it's never happened to me. But a way that you can avoid it is really just picking your person right. You have to make sure that if you love that person and you like them, they got a good personality, they're smart, they're everything to you, right? And you want to stay with them forever, then go for it, because you're gonna be the happiest person in the world when you're with them. But let's say, right? Let's say you pick a girl or boy that you only like for looks. You've met them, you've seen them in the hallways, you've seen them at work, whatever, and you pick them just because of how they look. And then they end up being, a douche or a dick and really just never liked you in the first place. And then one day you just walk in on them cheating. That's not a good ending. That's why I'm saying you have to pick your person right. You have to really think about what you're doing. Because if you don't think, then it's just going to not end up working for you. And it's not going to be a real good moment to be in. But then again, you get to learn from your mistakes, and now you actually get to pick someone better for you in the future. And that brings me to my next topic, which is, mistakes. One of the biggest mistakes I've made is probably only liking someone because you feel forced to. There's an age that we're going into where if you don't have a mutual with you, you just get judged. You get judged and then you get clowned on for it. And I feel like people think that that's funny in a way. It's not really funny to focus on yourself. It's just I feel like it's more healthy that way. Because one, you save money. Oh, trust me, you save money. Like imagine you have to buy a birthday gift, an anniversary gift, a Christmas gift. Right? Like that's a lot of money spent on your mutual. So you get to save that for yourself. You get to do good things for you. So that's just don't make that mistake. Don't ever go into things because someone is forcing you to. Don't do that. Just don't. It's not good for you. So, if I want to wrap this up here, I'll tell it by saying it this way. Always be focusing on yourself. And when the time's right, get yourself a loved one. You have a family that loves you. You have multiple that love you, right? You have your friend group, you have your cousins, you have yours. You don't really need someone else. You could want someone else, but it's not a need. You don't need them. You could die alone happy. But if you obviously want someone, then do it. Go for it. I know, for me, one day I'm gonna find someone that loves me for who I am, and I'm gonna love them so much in return because they're gonna mean the world to me, and I'm gonna make sure that they're the right one because if I really love them, I don't want them breaking my heart. So I just am gonna take my time. I'm gonna do everything that's on that golden road, and then one day, when the time's right, it'll come to me. I feel like I'm done making all the first moves and doing all this extra stuff that I've always done and never moved on from. So now, I give you guys a challenge too. I challenge you all to, focus on yourselves and to not make the same mistakes I did, right? It sounds pretty easy, but it's not. It's really not. But it's not hard also. All you have to do is just do better than what you've done in the past. Don't make the same mistakes. Be better. Being alone could lead to illnesses and depression, but anytime that you get sad over just being alone, remember that you're literally never alone. You're only alone if everyone you love is gone. That's when you're truly alone. But even then, you still have other people that you will meet in the future that will care for you. So like I said, just wait it out. Do the right thing for yourself. And with that being said, I am done. I am out of here. This has been my relationship video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I know I did. I just wanted to give advice to the people I feel have wanted it and need it. So thank you for hearing what I had to say. And I don't know when I'm gonna be putting out any more videos. I'm definitely gonna make more, but I think I'm gonna make more later on. These first three have just been, a way to get you guys prepared for how it's gonna look like, how it's gonna be. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. It meant a lot to me because I've gone through a lot, and I feel like I just needed to share what the tips I have on relationships would be. So yeah, thank you all for listening, and I will see you all next time I upload. So yeah, goodbye.